learning that I'm not like everybody. Learning that I don't need to fit in. Through high school, through middle school, I've always wanted to fit in. Always wanted to be somebody I was not, you know. And I think as I grow older, it's like I have to be my own person. And God made me a certain way. Sometimes I don't fit in, and I'm learning how to accept it.
I finished school. Even after school, I didn't know how I would make it because I didn't have a job lined up. I quit the job that I did have that was consistent to work a freelance job that was only going to last a month.
Ask me how I know.
And then, so, I mean, just moving forward, every obstacle, like I said, whether it's financial, whether it's my own personal doubts and fears, whether it was people, my close family and friends surrounding me, everything fell into place.
For me, God always had a funny way of reminding me not to forget about him. Whether it was literally knocking me upside the head or you know, just sometimes I get too caught up. I've gotten too caught up in like the hype of, oh, I'm doing what I love and I'm fierce and I'm all that, and then God's like, and let me remind you who I am, and I can take this away too, and you're like, all right, Jesus, I got you. You know what I'm saying?
And being minority, we automatically have this defense already, and I don't think it's needed in a lot of cases. I don't know if there was a particular time where I was like, all right, this has to stop. But I do think that it just happened with maturity and growing up. And honestly, it has gotten me, it has gotten me places.
Because not every day everybody wakes up feeling beautiful. Not every day we wake up feeling great about ourselves. But I know one thing I can't change is I just have to do me. And I think one thing I do is I challenge myself every day to just be a better person. When I go through things, I try to think of different ways that I could have did something different to make it better for the next time I do go through something, or the next time I do come in contact with somebody. So that's really how I see myself. I just try to always remain who I am and true to who I am.
In general, like, categorizes sins, like we don't believe in homosexuality, or sex outside of marriage, or drugs, or partying, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if you meet someone that's not heterosexual or is still trying to figure out their sexuality on their own journey, it's like, oh my God, like, how do I, like, you don't really know how to deal with that. And then when you're exposed to it constantly, it's like, God's like, but they're people. Just reminding them that God is real and God is present in your life, and he's just going to work with you in whatever situation that you're in.
If God doesn't have my back and have my best interest at heart, then nobody else in the world does, because he has truly kept me through so many things that people don't even know. So I definitely believe that we have a great relationship. I mean, it can always be better.
I know he calls me his daughter, faithful daughter. And when I say faithful, it doesn't mean that I don't sin, but faithful as in, even though I do sin, I understand that it was wrong, and faithful as in, I understand that he is a forgiving God, and understanding that if I take the steps to do better, he'll extend his hand out to me.
So I feel like God had to teach me about forgiveness, because I still have an estranged relationship with my father. He wasn't in my life growing up, blah, blah, blah. So for me, it was learning that in order for me to move forward in my own, not just in my own relationship with Christ, but in my relationship with people.
I was 16. I witnessed the murder of my high school sweetheart. It was very traumatic, especially going through that at 16. We just graduated high school, and from that moment forward, I knew that there was something greater. He pushed me. I was in a fashion club at school, and he just knew fashion was something that I love to do. He supported me in that aspect. So once he was gone, I mean, it's still to this day, it's very mind-blowing that I went through something so traumatic at that age.
Whether it's been my upbringing in my childhood, whether it's been the fact that I'm the only one of my siblings who grew up without a father, whether it be the fact that I battled low self-esteem, so I think and a lot of those areas I've overcome, and a lot of the areas I am still overcoming.
As a friend, I would probably say I'm the most loyal person that you'll know. You'll never have to worry about me crossing you because I'm going to be loyal to you just like you're loyal to me. And I feel like if we become friends, then we're at the place where I know that I don't have to worry about anything else going on other than a true friendship.
So for me to not compare myself with other girls mostly, I just think like, I know I'm going through an obstacle and they're going through an obstacle too, and I might be able to help them out their obstacle, they might be able to help me out. So I look at it as more of I could help them rather than want to be them or envy them or be jealous of them. I was in a relationship that wasn't the best, and it kind of showed me how I can just do things differently and have somebody that's a little bit more connected to God. Because when you're with somebody and they don't really understand your connection with God, it never works. It really
won't
doesn't.
ever work.
It will never ever work. And no matter how much you do, no matter how much you try to make it work, and I think it really just shaped me into becoming more of a woman and really understanding who I am as a woman in Christ.
Passionate about helping people. I think that struggling with just really narrowing down what it is that I really wanted to do and where I wanted to go career-wise, and even just in my personal life in general, I knew that I really struggled with that.
Teen and Children's Shelter, I volunteered there, and in the midst of me giving back or showing them a good time, I do let them know that they say one of the questions they asked me was, why us? And that was totally a shock for me, and I just explained to them like there's some things in life that you can't explain, but when you have a feeling, you have to go with it, and nothing happens by mistake. So there is a reason as to why I chose the shelter, why I found you guys, but it's through Christ that led me here.
I feel like I'm here to make other young kids better. I feel like that's really what my purpose is, and I feel like my story and my truth helps younger girls to be better.
Motivating people and encouraging people. For some reason, I'm always that person like, it's okay, it's alright, you fell a little bit, it's really blue, but you think it's red, it's fine, we're gonna call it purple till you figure out that it's red. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of always in that pocket, so I think that's definitely part of it. Maybe I'm thinking too deep. I think it might be more than that. She might evolve later in the next few years or so, I don't know. So I'm still figuring that out.